So it has come to my attention that black Scottish people are blowing up on American TikTok, so I just wanted to come in here as a Scottish girlie and say hi guys, and yes, we do exist.
What up, this is Solo Traveler ORD. I am back again with another video review. So let's go ahead and check out these videos. This video is going to be on why black men should start traveling. There is so many evidence out there that should tell black men to just leave the West, because what's here in the West isn't worth it. So brothers need to start expanding their options and looking at other options in other countries. So I think that is well worth it for brothers to start doing that. So let's go ahead and jump into these videos. But before we do that, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell while you are here. And let's check it out.
Yeah, I get that. And I shouldn't feel bad for one.
I'm convinced some women just want the wedding day and not a marriage.
Married?
Yeah.
You were married?
I was married. I was a married woman.
What?
Yeah.
How long are y'all married?
Not long, probably 2 years.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
such a great guy, amazing guy, but we just didn't want the same things in life.
Okay.
He was okay with just love and, going to church and having a family, going to work and raising kids, and I was like, I want more.
You mean to tell me you want more, and he provided a stable lifestyle? So you like running the streets, having craziness going around, having your life like in basically in turmoil? Come on, man. This is what is out here in the States. Seeing stuff like this is it's discouraging. This is why I gotta tell brothers, you gotta leave. This right here, what these women are thinking, I don't even know what to say what it is, because it's just wrong.
Or yeah, I get that.
And I shouldn't feel bad for wanting more.
Did you feel like you knew y'all weren't on the same page before you walked down the aisle? So why'd you do it? What was the reason?
That's a lot of pressure.
Okay.
When a man proposes to a woman, that's a lot. And in front of people,
I don't want to let my community down. They thought this was beautiful.
look, he's like, I gotta say yes. After that situation, I'm gonna tell you what you don't want to hear, because someone should have told me.
Oh.
And I'm not gonna put that responsibility on them. But if someone would have been like, hey girl, you're not even happy right now.
He was happy.
Yeah.
Man.
And that makes it harder.
Yeah.
Because you're like, you have someone that loves you. But at the end of the day, love is not enough.
It's not enough.
It's not enough, because love is a choice. Are you gonna...
So you...
Yo, like I said, this is discouraging to see this conversation that's going on. Love isn't enough. She wants more. More of what? He has provided a stable life for you, and you just didn't like it. This is why I tell you, brothers, for what you're looking for what we want, the traditional woman that will be there through thick and thin, basically, you have to find that outside of the U.S., because this is what they find to be normalized. This is in the West what they think is how life should be. That they should deserve more. They should deserve everything, but they're not even putting in half of what they want, which doesn't make sense. So move on. Yeah, right here it says American black kings are fed up. Tell you.
Right, the American black kings are getting so fed up with American snow bunnies at this point. See, in America, there is an abundance of black kings. There's essentially too many. So the snow bunnies in America are so entitled at this point. They think they can have all of this meat. It's carnage. They're just going dinner after dinner. All the snow bunnies yeah, fuck it. We're going to target. But it doesn't work like that. They actually want to be valued for who they are. I'll give you a stat, right? In England, 6% of the population are black. Now let's say half of those are black kings, half of them are black queens. That's a very small percentage. You're a rarity here. And by the way, England is full of snow bunnies. So come to England, fucking give it a chance. They'll value you and they'll appreciate you. Also, Europe, places like Latvia, I could even say Russia at this point. Basically, there's even less black kings. So there, your chances increase massively. And they won't treat you like you're replaceable, because you're not. You have to be valued by a snow bunny who actually appreciates you.
Yeah, first I'm gonna say is, brother, stay away from those westernized countries. So I wouldn't go to the UK. That's just me. If I do, it's just for fun. You know, anything more than that, anything serious, I probably wouldn't do it because of the cultures and just, you know, how feminism has made its way through every westernized culture. So I would just stay away. You know, I would basically go Eastern Europe. That's just me, because they're less, they have less feminism that's going on. They're telling women that they're boss bitches, and that the fact that they could do everything on their own, that they don't need a man. So with that being said, I think it's better for men to go, if they're going to go to Europe, to go to Eastern Europe, and don't really deal with Western Europe unless you could really find that one needle in a haystack that's out there.
You need 3 different kind of men: a treat, a trick, and a sponsor. If you want to be treated, find you an average man that works a 9 to 5 that can do what he can. Buy you basic gifts, you know, like perfume. He can take you on your dinner date. You ain't got to come out of pocket. But more than likely, he won't be able to afford luxury things. Treats don't require much from you. You know, it could be somebody you really like, or you ain't got to like them at all. You can have multiple treats. Now, if you want more of an extravagant lifestyle, you want to be spoiled, then you need a trick. A trick will fly you out first class. A trick, buy you some Chanel bags, you know. Now, a trick takes more work. You got to look good. You got to have good conversation skills. You got to have the right mentality. You got to know how to seduce. You got to know how to talk to a trick. Tricks have big egos. Sometimes they can be a little aggressive, you know, because tricks got money. They more experienced. They are usually very busy men who would rather spend money than time. If you need real assistance, like you want your rent paid up for a whole year, or you need $20,000 for a business idea that you have, then you need a sponsor. Sponsors are usually older men, or like men who just make a bunch of money. Sponsors, they just got that I don't give a fuck money. They want a fantasy woman. And most of the time they have multiple women. So if you a jealous woman, you might not be able to deal with no sponsor. Don't let the fact that he has so much money intimidate you, okay? Because at the end of the day, he's just a man with a lot of money. I mean, eventually we want to find a man who is all 3 of those in one, right? We want a provider. But in the meantime, while you out here dating, just keep that in mind. Treats, tricks, sponsors.
Just say you're a pro without saying that you're a pro. You know, this is what is in the culture now in today's market, in the dating market, that you have these women who are really supposed to be on the street corner are out here trying to date or make it seem like they're dating, trying to mask of them being a pro to the average man, or just to men in general. And it is sad to see that this is their mentality, that they're thinking that we got too many of these pros out here saturating the market and affecting the dating market. I mean, this is pretty sad in the West. This is why I tell you, brothers, just leave. There is nothing more out here, because these women is all transactional. Why would you want to be in a relationship that is just extremely transactional with just women that just want your money? For what reason for that? And then once your money is gone, they're gone as well. So you don't really need that in your life. This is just, and these are just average looking types of women. These are not like what we're used to seeing whenever we travel the world. You know, we see some true baddies outside the United States, and they don't have this much of an attitude that you see with this, is, you know, looking for treats and sponsors and all this stuff, you know, and these women are just broke. It's point blank. That's what they are. You know, broke, trying to finesse money out of men, but then of course they're going to shame you if they don't get what they want. So let's move on. Yeah, shouts out to the homie Mark.
Ladies, you want to know the real reason why men are not approaching y'all, asking y'all out for dates, want to pay for dates, want to take y'all seriously, or put a ring on your finger? Because there's absolutely no incentive of doing so. You say you want a good man, but your actions prove otherwise. You don't want a good man. You want a good man's 401k plan, but you still want Pookie on the side. And this is how men look at things. If Pookie doesn't have to pay for sex, then why should he? Because at the end of the day, Jada hates the beta. So now that men have caught on to the red pill content, all most of them gonna do nowadays is just smash and dash and keep their cash. And for those independent women that want to talk about, oh, I don't need no man, I got my own money, I got my own degrees, men don't care about that. They don't care about your money or their degrees. They are going overseas where they could be better pleased. And as far as you single moms are concerned, that try to act like y'all entitled to this, hell no, it's over for y'all. Absolutely over. Because men know that if they didn't drop the cream, they shouldn't have to be there to provide the green. But like I said before, men don't got to put up with that. Get your passport, go overseas where you can get better pleased.
That's right. And that's why I be telling brothers, you gotta leave, get your passports and get up out of here, so you can find better quality. And now I'm dealing with what we've seen with these past couple of videos. You can see that it is not worth it here in the States. Why? Why at this point? Let's move on.
So it has come to my attention that black Scottish people are blowing up on American TikTok. So I just wanted to come in here as a Scottish girlie and say hi, guys. And yes, we do exist. And I want to say hit me with a follow if you want to see a lot of content from a Scottish girlie. And to the black Americans, we do love you. From over the sea, you are our cousins. So I just wanted to say, hit me with a follow. And yes, us indigenous black Scottish people, we do exist. And don't worry about the black British people yammering on and joining in the conversation. This is between us. They're not important. They're not. So black Americans, just from a black indigenous Scottish girlie, I want to say we love you and hit me with a follow to keep up with my content. Thank you.
Yo, like I tell you guys, brothers, you gotta leave the country to find something better. And as you can see, for those that wants to always stay with melanated women, you can find that in these other countries. So that is also an option for you. But the biggest thing is to leave the United States and to find something better, something that is well worth it, that will be on your game plan, that will help you progress in life, and that will help you move forward instead of someone that's there that's going to take from you, suck you dry. So this is Solo Traveler ORD. Of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'm out.